Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, and I'm here with our daily tarot reading. My intention for today is continued flow. So if you remember from yesterday, we were talking about glow and flow, and we had a pretty complex reading. Today, I want to figure out how we can continue the flow. I want the flow we gained from yesterday, whatever that was for you, however that ended up turning out. I want you to continue to tap into the idea of flowing on, flowing forward. That's what I'm going to do. So let's look at the spread. Let's just move right into it. It's our daily spread of thinking, feeling, doing, and let's shuffle. Okay, so as I shuffle the deck, I'm repeating my intention of continued flow. I really want to tap into that. I really want to be present so that I can imbue the deck with this idea of flow. We're used to this. Yesterday's spread was about flow, so we're continuing that today. Take some deep breaths with me while I shuffle. Let's get really centered today, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I've brought the deck from chaos into unity, and I am ready to draw my thinking card. In the thinking position, I draw death. Death in the thinking position shows me for sure that we are thinking about change. We are thinking about transition. Specifically, the moment transition is called for. I think we are today potentially going to be thinking about cycles as well. I think we're definitely going to be maybe realizing something is ending, maybe just realizing something's beginning. But for sure, we are contemplating the idea that change is in the air. It could be really small. It could be something as mundane as just switching up a daily routine, or something as grand as something like your career, or just like making a decision about a relationship, or anywhere in between, guys. It's the death card. It could be referring to anything, but what it is definitely referring to is that we are going to be thinking about some kind of change today, or at least the beginning or the inevitability of some kind of transformation. So it's kind of a big deal. Let's see what the second card is. In the feeling position, I draw the Empress. Okay, another major arcana card. This time in feeling, this time the Empress. Well, the Empress is all feeling. She is connected to everything around her. She is connected to nature. She's connected to, she's very life-giving. She's also very, very nurturing the way I see her. So in this feeling position, I think we are in connection with our flow here. I think seeing the Empress and feeling is showing us that we are very passionate today emotionally and particularly passionate in our emotions. We are connected to that though. We're in control of that. We may not be super aware, we may not be super intentional about that passion, but we are full of it today. We are full of fire, we are full of passion. We are full of this idea too that we want to nurture, that we want to be nurtured. We want to engage with our emotions today. I think that can tap into continued flow, and also back into the death card by implying that the flow is ours for the taking today. That this is about continued flow. So going back to the death card really quick, that is obviously calling for some kind of moving forward, some kind of shifting. So maybe that's how we continue the flow, at least thinking about that. Thinking about, in order to continue the flow, we'll be thinking about some kind of transformation. And then seeing the Empress in the feeling position is saying the way to continue our flow here is to stay connected to our passion. Stay connected to that fire, to that sense of nurturing ourselves, understanding how we provide nurturing to others. I think combining those two things is going to help us with the flow. Let's see what the doing position is though. The card in the doing position turns out to be Judgment, a third major arcana card. Our tarot spread so far is all major arcanas. I think this is showing us that continuing our flow is absolutely what we are called to do today. As far as Judgment in the doing position goes, the way I see it is once again a call for accepting change. A call to prepare for change. I think this is calling back to death. I think the Empress is going to have to inform these things for us. But I think Judgment here is saying what we're going to be doing today, or what we're called to do today, is to look at a situation, make a decision about it, but also accept inevitability, accept that change will happen, and lean into that. We need to accept that in order to continue our flow, we have to release to cycles. We have to, and death is saying that too. We have to know things are changing, know things maybe have already changed, but know too that that decision was already made. It potentially was made for us. So it's just about accepting that now. Accepting that we are ready to move on. We are ready to flow forward. And the Empress here is saying, do that with passion. Do that with nurturing, by nurturing yourself. Do that with an emotional connection. I think that's what she's saying. So she's really important here, because the other cards are definitely saying, change is happening, change has happened, accept it, accept cycles. But let's see what our Lenormand pair tells us to see if there's any kind of specifics. Okay, so once again, shuffling the Lenormand deck, repeating my intention of continued flow. So trying to flow through this shuffle with a meditative vibe, really taking some deep breaths. So let's do that together. Okay, so I've brought the deck from chaos into unity, and I am ready to draw my pair. The first card in the pair that I draw is the Stork. Okay, the Stork is change. The Stork is transition. Guys, this spread is talking about transition. This spread is either warning us of change or telling us that change is here. Change is here. You know it, accept it. let's just look right away at the second card in the pair so we can sum all this up. The second card in the pair is the Whip. If it couldn't be more obvious, it's very obvious now. The Whip is telling us that we have to almost aggressively accept change. We have to assertively accept that transition is happening or it's imminent. But either way, it's necessary and we don't have a choice. Because we got the Stork and the Whip and 3 major arcana cards, 2 of which are hinting towards inevitable change, beginnings and endings, I think that because all of those cards kind of really relate to each other, I think the standout card, and here, the most important one for us now, because after seeing all those cards, we're going to accept change, guys. I know I am. We're accepting transitions happening. Lean into it. Love it. Inevitable cycles are happening. That's it. The card I'm focusing on, though, is the Empress. She is in the middle of this spread to show us that our emotional landscape, our connections to passion, feeling, nurturing, that is how we not only accept change, but continue to flow through it. It's the Empress. Let's really lead with her today, while absolutely not at all losing sight of the idea and the fact that change is here, change will happen, change has happened. Cycles are inevitable. But if we can tap into our own passion, if we can tap into our ability to nurture ourselves and connect to the flow, we'll keep flowing. We'll keep moving forward. So let's think about the Empress today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.